Here we go, audio check. Not sure if the audio works or not. Testing a different setup, so let me know if the audio... is the audio sounding good? Can you hear the audio? David, how are you? Can you hear me good? Cool. I'm using this microphone today just for the Facebook thing because I need... Yeah, I had it on... I think I had it on mute, so... I got nothing at all planned for tonight. I'm going to... let's see here. There we go. Julie, hi. Joe, hello. Good, you hear me good. Marcia's here. Hoosiers, woo! Sharon, sounds good. Margaret, hello. Donna, you made it. So yeah, so I don't have a show planned right now. It's still early. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It's 9:15, so early. So I got no real show planned. Just kind of hang out for a little bit. I do want to get an episode recorded later tonight, so I'll probably record the episode after I go off of Facebook. But I figured I'd just hang out here tonight. David, thanks for that. Happy 25th anniversary. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's a crazy part of my journey. Donna, good evening. Jennifer, you caught it live, but you caught it live on a Friday night, which means it's going to be a different format than normal. But you're still here, so that's kind of cool. Penny here, live. So that's exactly. So Jay, it's too early for a podcast. But Jay, I think I'm almost ready to figure out how to get an interview ready for us. So very cool. Angie out of North Carolina, good to see you. Claire, good evening. Katie, too early for Katie to be out walking. Happy Friday. Whoa, June made goal today. Boom. Good job, June. Congratulations. How's that feel, right? Does it feel as good as you thought it would be or better? I'm going to go with better. Let's see. Brandy is here. Uh-oh. Hang on. Sorry. All my lights in my house are on automated timers, and I just got an alert saying the sun was setting, so we could lose some lights in a little bit. I think I had it turned off, hopefully. Sorry. Brandy's hi. Julie, hello there. Good to see you. Shelly from Tennessee. Let's see. Jay says, do it live. Do the interview live? Like right now? We want your audio, Jay. Let's think how... No. I'll figure it out. Angie, hello. Wyoming, cool. Sarasota, Florida. Man, you guys are from all over. Janice is in the heat of California. Katie, it's 100 degrees, hanging in the AC. Yeah, it's 72 here inside. Yep, way to go, June. Very, very cool. Yeah, so it absolutely does feel amazing. Sheila is from Iowa. Cool. Hey, how cool would it be if we had an episode where all 50 states were online at the same time? I don't think I've ever seen anyone from Hawaii. Yeah, you're right, Jay. No, you make more sense with that. Highland, Illinois, good to see you. Hey, Jay, are you going out to the July 15th event out in Naperville, Jay? I'm considering going to Naperville on July 15th. So Karen is up 65 from you. So whereabouts is Karen? You're just up I-65 from you, so you're north of me, Fort Wayne area, further up. That's where Jay's at. Claire out of Newberg, Oregon. Margaret out of California. Yeah, Laura, it rained here all day in Indiana, so you're getting our rain. So hello, Pennsylvania. Sandra, hello. So Jay, you are going to Naperville. So I am highly considering going to Naperville. So that'll be fun, I think. I can't make it out to Boston, the Boston trip that everyone's planning. I can't make it that one. We have one of my big events is up that weekend, and I have this is actually kind of cool. I have a 3-hour CBS radio live broadcast happening here to cover our event, and so on. I really need to be here to be available for the event organizers and all that good stuff to kind of plug what we do and plug our mission and whatnot. So that happens on the weekend that I would have gone to Boston. so I'm not going to make it to Boston. So Naperville is on my radar. So don't tell Springle because he's interested in that. I'm joking. Walnut Creek, California. Julie, hello. Good evening to you. Janice, Wisconsin. David, are you in Naperville? You're up in that way, obviously. So you'll be in Naperville. So Karen's in Lafayette. So that's 65 is on the way to Chicago. Karen, are you going to Naperville? Let's go with that because you're close enough to go to Naperville. July 15th. June, Wisconsin. Whoop, whoop. Joanne, Fat Dag is your happy hour. Fat Dag is my happy hour, too. So, okay, David, I don't know the exact, I don't know who's organized. Jay, can you help us out? Someone in Naperville, Illinois, which is Chicago, essentially, western suburb of Chicago, they're doing a Connect meetup on July 15th. And I don't commit to anything until the night before. I apologize. But I am highly considering going to the July 15th meetup. And it's a Weight Watcher Connect meetup, but it's not an actual Weight Watcher meeting, which I think is actually kind of better. So we can just kind of hang out. So that's what's going on July 15th. I said it 10 times. July 15th in Naperville. Janice, how do you pronounce Naperville? How many A's is it, Janice? How do you say it? Someone's got a... Janice from California. So Leslie, I'm on, but I'm not going to do an actual show tonight. I will, but I'll do the show. What I need to do, Leslie, I need to record a introduction episode to the podcast because what's happening is a lot of the new people are finding the podcast. They're getting episode 1 and 2, and then I can see they don't stick around because episodes 1 and 2 are weak, really. And so I need to record an episode 0 so that people who find the podcast listen to that one first. It tells them what the show's about, what's going on, what they'll expect to find, where to find the app, all that good stuff. So I'm going to record that. I'm going to use my Connect post from today to record that. So I want to get that recorded. I'm probably going to take some time to record it right and get the audio right. So that'll so no technically show tonight, but there will, by the time you wake up, you will have an episode to listen to, but it'll be episode 0. So Naperville. So Naperville? Is that how you pronounce it? Naperville. Wheaton, yeah. Wheaton is way easier to pronounce. Jenna Milpidius. So that's okay. So you guys have figured out here that I don't know how to pronounce things. Katie's in Yakima? Or is it Yakima or Yakima? Yakima? So Diane, hi. Long Island, that one I got. You gotta go Long Island. Oh, you talking to me? Like that type of stuff. Being very stereotypical of New Yorkers. Wheaton, got it, Wheaton. Naperville is Karen, Naperville is a Connect meetup. Jay, you must know more about this, right, Jay? So tell us what's going on in Naperville. There you go. So Jay, sorry, I found it. Jay, hash or at GYMMOMLC on Connect. Those are the posts that talk about this meetup in Naperville, or Wheaton, which is essentially Chicago, but Western Chicago, so you don't have to hit the Chicago traffic. Got long A, Naperville, got it. Port St. Lucie, Diane, hello. All right, so hopefully by this point we've beaten Naperville to death. Leanne, good evening, how are you? Yeah, okay, you guys are typing faster than I can read. Oops. Okay, so real quick, I was scrolling up to read your comments, and it said, do you want to block David? And I almost blocked you, David, so sorry. Hey, Vero Beach, Florida. My in-laws live in Vero Beach, Florida. Actually, they live in Melbourne, so I pronounced that one right. I know I did. So they're in Melbourne in Wickham, no, not that Wickham Road, but, oh, shoot, I can't remember the name. They're across from Wickham Park. So you know where that is, Terry. Yeah, yeah, so I just stopped eating points to stay focused. So I did that tonight. I didn't have any. We went to dinner, and I had a grilled chicken breast from Applebee's, 2 points, and then I had half a plate of French fries for 7 points. So I had a 9 point dinner. And then I have to do the math now. So 9, 13. I have 1 point left for the day. So Paula is really Boston. Hello from Hershey, Pennsylvania on a Friday evening early. We'll do the whole show in this kind of accent. What you think? We do that one night. One night we do the whole Fat Dag Wise Advice podcast. We do it like this. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it, mate? Brandy's out of Michigan. Good evening, Glenda. Hello, hello, hello. Denise, hi. Yes, Donna, still doing dance lessons. We have a blast with that. It's our date night. So, Jane, hello, good evening. Yeah, so we do, what is, Arthur Murray, I guess, is the dance studio we're taking lessons from. So it's going really well. It's a lot of fun. Way more fun than I thought it would be. So cool. Well, the exciting news, so Christine said, had your voice in my head tonight as you ordered pizza. Yum. And so hopefully it was with your out of points, stop eating points, or it was, would you rather have pizza or would you rather make goal? You know, I personally would rather make goal, really. Claire, I completely agree. I had no idea. Certainly not a plug, right? I'm not that guy, but not a complete plug for Arthur Murray in particular. But man, we have an absolute blast. Once a week, we go to dance lessons. I think we can go 3 times a week, but my schedule just does not even come close to allowing 3 days a week. But it's just 45 minutes a week where it's just the two of us hanging out. It's I don't know. I can't even describe it. It's the coolest thing we've ever done, and no food, and it's cheaper than going out to dinner too. Believe it or not. So, Jana, do I ever have pizza? Boy, do I ever. Yep. So here's the secret, guys. I mean, so I track everything. I eat real food. We went to the ball game the other night. I had a hot dog and I had nachos at the ball game. I tracked it. It was negative that day because I was going to have it. But I'm not that guy that's going to give up on things that are available in the real world. I just can't live the program that way. I got to goal doing it this way. I've maintained going it this way. If you watch me weigh in daily, you'll know that it does go up and down. So you certainly can tell the nights that I go out and have pizza and have hot dogs and have nachos because the scale comes up. But the absolute difference this time is I'm 100% in control. When I choose them deliberately, and I enjoy them, and it's so few and far between that I enjoy it when I have it. I don't just eat it mindlessly just because it's there. I deliberately and take part. So the line I use is, if you think I'm going to go to a Colts game and never have a hot dog again for the rest of my life, you're crazy. So yeah, it may be way more points, but I'm not going to go eat. I'm not going to go to Colts Stadium and ask for a veggie turkey dog. They're not going to have it or whatever it is. So I eat real food. I made goal by eating real food. When I'm out of points, I stop eating points, because the key there is that teaches me to control the quantity. If I didn't do that, I'm confident that I would have issues. I'm going to get a little more comfy here. I'm confident that I'd have issues because if you allow yourself to just continue to go negative in the tracker, then we talked about this last night, is you never really force yourself to change your eating habits. So when you stop eating points, when you're at a point, you can change your eating habits, and then you do have the ability to reintroduce the foods that you love back into your plan, but you do it mindfully and in control, and it works out real good. So that's how I do that. So so that's exactly it, Jay. Life happens and you have to enjoy. So I saw Margaret ask what kind of dancing we do. So we did the waltz, we're doing the tango, we do some swing, the hustle. We're kind of doing this introductory class. We've been doing it now for, 2 or 3 months, I guess. And so we're kind of doing all the different formats to find out which ones we like the most. We did nightclub two-step the other night, which was kind of fun. But I think the hustle is our favorite, and then I really enjoy the waltz, believe it or not, and then the cha-cha. We do the cha-cha as well. So we're kind of doing a little bit of everything. Yeah, Paula, Dancing with the Stars will not be calling me. That would be kind of fun, but no, I don't think. You guys are way more optimistic than I am. But yeah, so Glenda, great job on saving your points for a birthday dinner. That's so. So here's the important piece to that, and I it's really hard to describe this piece. So I'll try that part of it, but here's the deal. I consider this journey for me, right? There was two distinct parts. There was the weight loss mode, and then there was the maintenance mode. When I was losing weight, I really focused heavily on learning to control my behavior. So during the weight loss phase of the journey, I was more than I tracked Tic Tacs. I tracked everything, and when I did not go over my points at all, and so that worked out really well. Then when I got to goal, I continued doing that for a little while, for probably 3 or 4 months, and then slowly, one at a time, I decided to, okay, let me experiment. Can I bring pizza back in a little more moderation? And yes, and so my rule now is if I choose it deliberately, if I'm saying, hey, tonight I want to have pizza, and I make that decision hours before dinner, then I'm going to enjoy it. But if I walk into a room and there's pizza there, I'm not going to have it because I didn't go there for it, I didn't ask for it, I didn't want it. So the weight loss part of the journey, I think it's extremely important to be as disciplined as possible so you can change your eating behaviors and your eating habits. And then when you get to lifetime, even though you still have to be mindful, you can't just, you can't go back to your old ways, but you can then blend your old ways and your new ways together for a third new lifestyle that I consider what I will do for the rest of my life. So that's Christine says she still struggles with the not eating points when you're out of them. So Christine, here's the secret to that is you have to force yourself to do it. And what you need to start doing is the days that you can't do it, you need to look at the day ahead of time and say, what did you eat during that day that caused you to run out of points? My example with that is the best example that I have is it's either one or the other. It's either Jimmy John's or Chick-fil-A, but I'll use Chick-fil-A as the example. So my typical meal at Chick-fil-A, and I don't remember the points now, so my typical meal at Chick-fil-A was a 12-count nugget, the fried nuggets. I would have a large French fry, and I would have water, I guess, at that point. And I would have the barbecue sauce, and I would have the ketchup. So, and I'm going to do it off my head, so don't quote the numbers, but the nuggets are roughly 9 points. The ketchup was 2 or 3 points. The barbecue sauce was 2 or 3 points. The large fries were, 14, 15 points or so. So I would, when I was doing the weight loss mode, and I went to Chick-fil-A, the first thing I did was I was like, I'd get my nuggets, I'd get the fries, I'd get a large fry, I would get the ketchup, I would get the barbecue sauce, and then dinner time would come and I'd be out of points. And I'd be, how did I be out of points? I only had breakfast and lunch. And then so slowly I said, okay, let me make it a medium fry. Let me make it a small French fry. So I would do 9 nuggets, a small fry. And then I said, I can save 3 points by taking the ketchup out. So then it was nuggets, barbecue sauce, small fry, water. Then slowly I said, I can save 2 more points by not having the barbecue sauce. So it was nuggets, small fry, water. Then I continued, being out of points or whatever. And I said, hang on, wait a minute. And this was the course over 3 or 4 weeks or more. So now I substitute the fruit cup for the French fries. So now my meal at Chick-fil-A, when I go there, and I go there 2 or 3 times a week, believe it or not, when I go there, I get a 12 count of fried nuggets, no sauce, a fruit cup with only strawberries, and a bottle of water. So my lunch is 9 points. So the key to all that is if I was so willing to stay negative in the tracker, I never would have made those adjustments. So now on a very rare occasion, I'll get a small fry if I have the points for it. But I'm saying it's so rare that I don't remember the last time I did it. That's how rare it is. And I go there, like I said, I go there at least twice a week, but sometimes 3 days a week. I go there after I lead a meeting Tuesday night and I lead a meeting Thursday night. After my Tuesday night and Thursday night meetings, I do go to Chick-fil-A for dinner because it's right across from the meeting room in both cases, and my family's already had dinner. So I have a 9-point dinner on my meeting nights, and it's like I said, it's a grilled nuggets, fried nuggets, and fruit cup. So Christine, hope that helps. It's kind of a long answer, but and Denise. So it's funny. I'll go on this rant for a little while. Thanks, Seth. Denise says that's solid advice about eating real food, but changing your habits. And so here was my struggle was if I went to ice cream is my best example with that. If I were to, I've never had Halo Top. I have nothing against the company. I don't have any, at all. I just have never had it because I like real ice cream. So, and the reason is because if I were, when I said this on one of my podcasts, if I go to Disney World and I'm now addicted to Halo Top and I've completely gotten rid of real ice cream, let's just say, I get down to Disney World, Disneyland, and they don't have Halo Top in the park. So therefore, I say, you know what, I'll have the real ice cream again. Well, that's going to then reignite all those addictions. And if I didn't learn to manage how to handle real ice cream, then I'm confident that would send me into a spiral. And so I needed to go cold turkey on a lot of stuff and then introduce the thing slowly in moderation so that I can live this for the rest of my life. And so I eat real ice cream. I don't even have it once a week, but I have it, a couple times a month. I even actually go to, you don't want to hear this out loud, but I even go to Dairy Queen and I get a 38-point blizzard, once a month. I track it. It's real ice cream. Why eat Halo Top when you can have a Dairy Queen blizzard? Now, if I'm going to have ice cream every single night, then sure, I need to make that adjustment. But that I've learned to just do it in moderation. But it's different than suppressing a bad habit. It's changing my completely eating habits to fit my new lifestyle. I'm completely in control. I don't feel like I'm suppressing anything at all. So cool. So Seth is here. Good to see you, Seth. Margaret, tango and swing are fun, sure. Diane out of Tennessee, hello. All right, so David got the post, the skinny on the Wheaton meetup is July 15th at 12:30. The address is 77, more stuff I can't pronounce, Donata Square East Mall, Wheaton, Illinois, 60187. So for those of you who are within driving distance to Wheaton, there is a 80% chance that I will be there in Wheaton, Naperville that day. So, and more importantly, I mean, I like you guys and all, but there's a Top Golf there. So the after party will certainly be at Top Golf. And we'll go hit some golf balls and drink. Christine says, cute bear. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Okay, so, yeah, got it. This guy, right? What's it say? Aww. My daughter got that for me. Speaking of bear, I have stuffed animals everywhere, right? Chick-fil-A cow. Yeah, they're buddies. Let's see. All right, so Serv is asking, what do you do when you're out of points and you're still hungry? So at that point, I eat an apple, I eat a banana, I eat dill pickles as my go-to. I eat a kosher dill pickle as a snack. And then, more importantly, what I do is I look over the day and figured out what could I have gotten rid of, what did I eat during the day that I would have liked to have not eaten. And then, for instance, if we come up on dinner time and I had a bag of chips for lunch, it happened a while ago, and I couldn't have dinner, I would say, you know what, if I didn't have that 8-point bag of chips, I could have had dinner. So when I'm out of points, the two things I do is I still eat. I eat apples, bananas, pickles, whatever I need to get through the evening. I go to bed early on occasion. None of this happens anymore because I've completely managed it better. And then more importantly, I reevaluate the day and figured out where could I have shaved 5 or 6 points to have a dinner. And then that's how I change my eating habits. Is I say, you know what, maybe I don't need potato chips with lunch anymore, and I get rid of it. So there we go. And then so Jay is exactly right. Point-free snacks. Grapes are another good one. Yeah, Denise, I mean, hey, here's the there's nothing wrong with low point food hacks. There's great, but every single person is going to work the journey differently. We know that to be true. So we don't have to, whatever I say, you don't have to do. You just take it as advisement and then figure out if that works for you or it doesn't work for you. But to me, I don't want to have such a strict diet of food that I can't find in the real world. And if I go to, a friend's house for dinner, I don't want to be saying, well, do you have the low-fat cottage cheese? Or, do you have I'm trying to, whatever. I just want to say, what do you have? And figure out how to control it in moderation. And I've done that. So real food for me is the key. Yeah, and bulk up on veggies, for sure. Donna, so that's something you're going to have to figure out, because realistically, how many 0-point fruits can you have eaten a day? So the question that Donna's asking is, so Donna, we talked about this in an episode, but fruit has calories, it just doesn't have points. So if you ate 20 bananas a day, you would probably see a gain on the scale if you combine that with the rest of your food. So it's not that bananas have no calories, it's that they have no points. So realistically, you need to evaluate that. 3 to 5 servings is what Weight Watchers says will give you 0 points. Your 4th, 5th, and 6th serving, you should probably start tracking if you're eating that many servings of fruit per day. But that's where you start studying what your habits are. You track everything, and then you make the adjustments if you're not getting the results on the scale that you want. Adriana says she loves Chick-fil-A. Yep, I love Chick-fil-A as well. So that's why I have the cow. I bought it not last time. I bought it many, many, many years ago when I was there. Crystal, 2 nights in a row. And on a Friday night. Jeff, you're here. Good to see you. Sandra, yeah, that's my ice cream point. Moderation. Adriana, cool. All right, you guys are good. No, Christina. Well, so Christina, the only thing that I haven't been able to add in that I quit cold turkey was soda. And it's not because I don't want to. I gave up soda completely 2.5 years ago. I was 12 sodas a day, and I am down to 0. I did that cold turkey overnight, and so it's not that I don't want it or can't add it back in. I actually don't want to add soda back in. I have no desire to have it. So everything else, I think I've had in moderation. I mean, I have Buffalo Wild Wings on occasion. I have pizza on occasion. But what the difference is it's really hard to describe this, but the difference really is previously, I guarantee you I had Buffalo Wild Wings 4 or 5 times a week. Now it's, since I've made goal, I think I've been 3 times. So in 8 months. So from 4 or 5 times a week to 3 times in 8 months. Big difference. So I've substituted my daily habits with healthy habits, and then on occasion I have things that I want to enjoy. It's not the other way around. So it used to be, daily was pizza and daily was wings, and then on occasion would be an apple. Now it's just the opposite. It's apples consistently, fruit and vegetables consistently, healthy food consistently, and then on a special occasion I'll enjoy pizza or something. So, cool. So Julie, yes, you can replay these for sure. So this one in particular, Julie, there's a couple different ways. What I do is I record it on Facebook. You can watch it live. If you go to my Facebook page after, the episode will always be there. But then what I do is I take an extra step and I put everything over on YouTube. So go to youtube.com/C for channel /FatDag. So just go to YouTube and type in FatDag. It should find it. And then I put all of the Facebook Live videos over on YouTube. That way people who don't have access to Facebook can still watch the videos. So you can watch them live. You can watch them replayed on Facebook. And you can watch them on YouTube. So hope that helps, Julie, for sure. Oh, that's right. You're reading. I keep forgetting you're reading backwards. Yep. So my flag is backwards again, right? Yep, there it is. Flag is backwards. Yeah, you guys are good at reading backwards, though. Yeah, so Jen, I just talked about that. So fruit is 0 points. It's not 0 calories. That's the difference. It's 0 points to get, and the reason we talked about this, the reason it's 0 points is because I want you, and Weight Watchers want you to get in the habit of choosing fruit when you're, again, if a cookie was 4 points and an apple was 4 points and you had 4 points left for the day, what would you grab? You would grab the cookie. So now if you're going negative, so you eat the cookie, you're at 0 points for the day, it's nighttime, and you're struggling, let's just say, and you have 0 points left, the cookie's 2 points or the cookie's 4 points, and the apple is 0 points, you'll take the apple at that point. And you'll say, I'll keep myself on plan because I'll at least try an apple. So fruit is 0 points, but still has calories, which is why you still track it. It's why you still are mindful to how much of it you have, so that if you're not getting the results on the scale, you can look back and say, you know what, I had 50 apples this week. Maybe that's an issue. So cool. Frozen grapes with sugar-free Jell-O. Yeah. So Crystal, I've heard that before. I tried frozen grapes. I don't know. It was fine. I didn't fall in love with it. I use the same analogy I use my ice cream. If I want grapes, I'm going to go have grapes. I want to learn to like things that are readily available. If I get addicted to frozen grapes with sugar-free Jell-O when I get to Disney World and the only options they have is fresh grapes, I'm not going to go back to Mickey and say, hey, Mickey, can you freeze these for a couple hours and I'll come back and get them. So I need to learn to eat in the real world, which I think I've done. So yeah, so Donna, cherries are great. So Wendy says cherries are a great point-free snack. I agree with that. Cherries are expensive, which that's fine, but I think cherries are a little more pricey and not in season all the time, right? Donna, 3 to 5, but so Donna, the key is to track it, and then if you don't get the results, figure out if you're eating too much fruit that you're not tracking. If you want, some people track it in as 3 or 4 points, depending on what it is. So, yeah, Donna, give up soda completely. That's the best thing I ever did, for sure. Mary is asking, are those clicks? I'm not sure what that means, Mary. Wendy says her live feed's not working. No, that's not good. So Denise says, she's so glad your mom never really bought soda. Yeah, I was, man, trust me, 12, I'm not kidding, 12 sodas a day for sure. Yeah, so Christine, that's exactly it too. So when I have pizza, it's not the same as when I used to have pizza. So now it's, it's a couple slices here and there on occasion, depending on the event and the week. So yeah, I eat completely different for sure. Yep. And I don't even do coffee. No coffee at all. So cool. Clicks are special readers. You will love them. So you're saying like my glasses, right? These are iBobs. Have you heard of iBobs? It's a company. It's a company called iBobs, and so they make reading glasses. So they're just reading glasses. I had LASIK in 2001, so that was 16 years ago. So yeah, so 16 years ago I had LASIK. So now I'm at the point where my vision is not exactly great for reading. My far vision is fantastic. I can see really good far, but for reading I need glasses. Yeah, everyone is home on a Friday night. So yeah, everyone is. There is, and it's early because normally we do the show significantly later, but so here we go. So I'm not going to record the show. We talked about that. I'm not going to record the show, but I do want to talk about the post that I put on Connect and why today is completely different for me than any other day. So, and this is I will record a show tonight for you, but it just won't be live because I want to get some audio editing. I'll probably screw it up, I'm sure. But in essence, today I was handed a letter from work that said that the retention board has met. And so what happens is the retention board gets together. They look at every single person who is eligible to retire from the military. They determine if they want to keep you or not keep you. And so in a way, I am retirement eligible. It's complicated, and I apologize. You won't be able to keep up. But I am retirement eligible, meaning that if I didn't pass my last PT test, then I could have retired from the military under a traditional or a reserve component retirement system, which means I don't collect my pension until I turn age 60. And then my medical insurance doesn't kick in until I turn age 60. So that was always an option, and I had that secured and locked in. I've been active duty now for 18 years. And so the difference between if I could do 2 more years, which I'm going to do 2 more years, Then my retirement kicks in the day that I retire. My medical insurance for me and my family kicks in the day that I retire. So that's what this struggle was all about initially, was to fight to get that. So had I not passed that PT test back when I posted on Connect, what would have happened is this board that met would have said, yes, you're able to retire, and we're going to separate you rather than giving you your active duty retirement. We will separate you now, force you to retire militarily, and then I would have to wait another 25 years to collect any sort of pension, or 14 years, I guess. Sorry, I can't do math in public. So 14 more years. So in 14 more years before I collected any sort of pension or had any health insurance. Combine that with the fact that I was severely overweight and severely out of shape, that not having health insurance would have been a bad thing. So anyway, today I was handed the letter, and so I knew this was coming for sure. But reading the letter that said, hey Mike, the board has convened, the board has met, they've reviewed your file, and they've recommended you to stay on board in your current capacity. So that was it was pretty emotional for me today, to be quite honest, and so I knew it was coming because I've known for a while that that was going to be the decision. But reading it and actually holding the paper, and I'm going to frame it, to be honest with you. I don't know where I'll put it. I'll put it somewhere in my office here. But I'm going to frame that because it's a significant piece of my life at this point. So I meant everything I said on Connect. When I started this journey, this particular time, if you've listened to episode 12 and you've listened to episode 54, you clearly know my why. But for those of you who may have missed those, what I want to say is I joined Weight Watchers 5 different times. This is the 5th time for me. So it started in 2001, I joined, and I lost 20 some pounds, 30 pounds, I forget. 2005ish, I joined and lost some pounds, and so at one point I lost 50 pounds, and every single time I did it on my own, I ended up rejoining at a much higher weight. And so this particular time I joined within the same scenario. I had severe, potential of being booted from the military, and so I knew Weight Watchers worked because I trusted it. I knew I had the ability to lose weight with it, but I started the exact same way. I started by continuing to go to all my favorite fast food restaurants, but limiting the portions. And so, instead of a dozen chicken strips, it would be 8 chicken strips or whatever. I forget. So I would limit the quantity so that I could stay on the plan. But my eating habit, I still had no fruit, still was eating no vegetables. I was just strictly limiting the quantity or the portion sizing. And what was happening is that wasn't really working. I wasn't getting enough nourishment. I wasn't getting enough food. I wasn't getting enough protein. And so, but I was able to lose weight. So I wasn't any healthier. I weighed less. So I lost 30, 40, 50 pounds, somewhere in that ballpark, by doing it the old way. And when I got to just before I took my PT test and passed it, I still had not really adapted or adjusted to a new lifestyle. I just weighed less. And that's where, if you saw the post on Connect today, that's where I really credit my leader. I had 2 leaders along the way. One was really good and one was really, really, really good. But the one who was really, really, really good, she's the one that really got me to see that I wanted to push further than I'd ever pushed before, and that I wanted to actually adjust to a healthy lifestyle. And so it was right around the time when I was taking my PT test that we started having conversations, and that's when I said, I'm going to do this for good. And that's when I started making the true adjustments to let me start eating healthier. Let me start bringing in healthier foods and limiting the actual food of the bad stuff. And so that's when I started, instead of going to, B-dubs, 2 or 3 times a week, I went, started going once a quarter, if that. So that lifestyle change is completely what got me to goal. But as I said in the Connect post, is what I really found to be inspiring and encouraging was that I saw, and Eric, I see Eric popped in here. Eric is one of those guys. There was a handful of people on Connect, and I try very hard not to call people out because I read so much in Connect that I get inspired daily by so many different people. I feel like as soon as you call someone out, it lets someone else fall by the wayside who I actually did get encouragement from. And there's no way I can remember every single person's name, but there were a handful of people for sure that I watched consistently because their journeys were very similar to mine, at least from a starting weight and from a goal weight. And so Eric is one of those. I think our starting weights were less than a pound difference, and our goal weights are right around the same. And so we just were neck and neck along the same way. And every time he did something cool, hit a milestone or worked out, I wanted to do that. And so not just him, but other people all through the Connect community. I was in there. I spent so much time reading posts on Connect and reading stories on Connect that I say this all the time, is that you guys showed me what was possible. And so when you showed me what was possible, it made me want it. It made me feel like I could get it. And I started believing it. And then I started believing that actually I had the ability to get it, because I saw that just, normal people were able to shed 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 pounds consistently. I mean, it doesn't take long to go digging through Connect, and you can see many, many people who've lost hundreds of pounds, or 80 to 100 pounds. They're everywhere. So when you start seeing that, then I said, well, wait a minute. If these people can do it, I can do it. And then I started following people who were at Lifetime, and I started seeing that, my leader says success leaves clues, and that's the term she always uses. Success leaves clues. And so I started looking at people who were at Lifetime, and I would see okay, these people who are at Lifetime, they're not going to B-dubs 5 days a week. People who are at Lifetime, they're eating fruit more consistently. That's interesting. And so I started adapting those behaviors, and that's what kind of got me to goal. So yeah, I'm going to scroll through some comments here. I rambled for a little bit, but Eric, obviously, good to see you. Donna, Friday night's here. Mickey's at work on your lunch break. Well, cool. Yeah, Denise, the letter, it really was. I mean, I hear you heard me talk about it, but talked about it. So Joe, sugar is your problem. Have I ever had a sweet tooth? Yes, for sure. I was a candy bar junkie, an M&M junkie, Kit Kats, Reese's peanut butter cups, all that good stuff. And now, no, I don't have it. On an extreme rare occasion, I guess now when I have it, it's when if my daughter brings a piece home she goes somewhere, she brings a piece home, I'll maybe one. But what I learned is I don't really like the taste of it, and so I still eat some things with sugar, but not the little Debbie Hostess cakes and all that stuff is completely gone. And so what I now know is if I do eat it, I don't like the taste of it. So I solved my sweet tooth with Quest Bar. Quest bars I'm a little bit addicted to. I wouldn't say I'm concerned, but they're the one thing that I'm eating right now that I'm not pleased with how I handle. I like them. They satisfy my sweet tooth, but I think in some ways I overeat on them a little bit. So even though I track them and they fit in, but I would rather have, no, I wouldn't rather, but I often will grab a Quest bar instead of grabbing real food. And so I'm eating too many of them. So I got to figure that piece out. But now, I hear a lot of people say they don't like the taste of Quest bars, and I understand that. If you're comparing a Quest bar to a Snickers bar, the Snickers bar wins every single time. But once I was able to really get rid of all that sugar in my system and then kind of clean up a little bit, now bringing the Quest bar in, it's actually really, really good. So, Jan, hello. Crystal, woohoo. Let's see. Yes, so it is, Denise, I am a good airman. I appreciate that. Cool. Thanks, Mom. Mom's here, as always. Hi, Mom. Mom's on vacation. Hopefully, Mom's doing well tracking while you're on vacation, if you're still watching, Mom. So, very cool. Christine, thank you. Jane, thank you. So, Kathy, I have the goal, this PT test that I took in August. I took two since I've made goal. I took one in May. That one in May is what saved my career, and I passed it with I forget the number now, mid-80s, somewhere in there. and then in August I retook it because I wanted to, and I got a 94 out of 100, and so I'm due next month for August to retake a PT test, and I want to get 100 on it, but I won't be able to. My running, I had an issue with my hamstring, and had an issue with my quad. That's prohibiting me from pushing too much more. So I will do well on this test. I'll score well in the 90s. I'll probably a 94, 95 again, and be completely happy with that. And I know I could go right this minute and test and get a 90, so that's fine. But I can't push myself as hard as I need to push myself to run a mile and a half in 9 minutes and 45 seconds, which is what I need to do. So I'm going to run my mile and a half in probably 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes. But I can't push right now because of those limitations. I don't want. Well, not that I don't. I don't. I'm afraid to push too hard and then not be able to run at all. So I'm backing off on the speed part of the run. And like I said, a mile and a half in 9 minutes and 45 seconds is pretty fast. So I'm going to do it in about 10:30. But that last minute is going to elude me. So that means I'll probably get a PT test score of about a 97. So Christy, thank you very much for that. Lisa, thank you as well. Terry, hi again. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah. So Paula, we're again talking about that letter. I mean, it's kind of funny. The guys in the office when I got it, they just handed it to me, and in their eyes, it was no big deal. And I'm not making fun of them at all, but to them it was just it's kind of a formality for most of us. We know it's coming, kind of know the answers ahead of time, but when you actually hold it and see it, this particular time for me it meant a lot. And so today I was walking down the hall, and the boss came down the hall and he's like, "Here you go," and I'm just like, "Oh, thanks." And I knew what it was, and I knew what it said before I opened it, but then when I went back into my office and read it, it was. Sorry, it was pretty emotional for me. It was, it was just, to me, it culminated all of everything that I did. It was that piece of finality, that to see it in writing, and I don't know, just it's hard to describe. It's kind of like when I say when you reach goal is. You don't know what that feeling is, and so, when I hopped on the scale, so I kind of saved my career, probably with 30 pounds to go or something like that. At that point I was safe, and I lost another 30 pounds after I saved my career per se. So not knowing that feeling of stepping on the scale, not wanting to lose weight, it's an unknown feeling. And so the same thing when I got this letter today. I'm telling you, I knew the results of this letter. I don't know, probably 4 months ago. 4 months ago, I knew because I knew when the board met, and the way it kind of works is that the board, before the board meets, you kind of know what the answer is going to be, and then the board makes a decision anyways, and they can go against the decision. So about 4 months ago, I knew I was safe. But you never really know, right? And I also knew that if they were going to, at this point, discharge me, they would have been, you can't just discharge someone. You have to go through a process. And I knew I wasn't going through that process anymore. So I knew I was safe. But again, holding it and reading the words, I got pretty choked up on it because I've been military now for 25 years. Today is day one of my 26th year. It's been my life. I'm only 44 years old, so I've been in the military more than half of my life. So 100% of my adult life, I've been in the military. So to retire on my own terms is going to be difficult, but to retire on their terms would have been devastating. So it was incredibly emotional to get that, to be able to read it in solitude and in silence, and sit in my office and read it and just take it all in. And to be quite honest, the first person I shared it with was you guys on Connect, and then I put it on Connect because I was thankful for all that we've done together. and then I texted my wife and showed her a copy of it. But again, she already knew it was coming as well. So yeah. So Sarah, thank you for that. So Mom is in North Conway, New Hampshire. And so Mom says a week in North Conway, and we both think we are down. We will weigh in Sunday when we make it back to Maine. Well, don't think. Make it happen. Yeah, Sandra, so success leaves clues. That's my leader. That's her saying. And so if you go to my Connect post that's on Connect right now, I tagged her in that. And so it's Weight Watchers Rocks is her username, one. But that's her saying is success leaves clues. Yep. So, yeah, now we're talking. So this is kind of fun. So I say something and then you guys comment and then I have to go back and say it, which is fun. But now we're back to Quest bars again. I agree. Quest, they are an acquired taste. They do take the edge off. And Jane lost her sweet tooth, so good for you. Lisa says Lisa, you and I agree. Cooked chocolate chip cookie dough are the best. Yes, so Debbie and I, here we go. I like this, Debbie. So this is exactly what I'm experiencing at the moment. So Debbie says she stopped buying Quest bars because she found once she made Lifetime, she tended to go to them too much. And that's odd because you didn't go to them before Goal. So I'm in the same boat. So I know I'm overeating Quest bars. And so I'm trying to limit them, but I know I'm overeating on them, and I'd rather have real food at this point. I'm still well within my points and all that good stuff, but I'm using a Quest bar as a meal substitute, and that's not what I want to be doing. So doing it for breakfast I think is okay, but so I don't know. I got to figure that out. I'm content with it, but I just got to figure out how I want to handle that. So Wendy's asking, so what do I mean by suppression? So if you are here's what I mean by suppression, Wendy. So a perfect example would be I don't know, let's say chocolate, just for as an example. If you're following Weight Watchers and you're following it consistently, and you know that chocolate has too many points, so then you say, I'm not going to have it, I'm not going to have it, I'm not going to have it. But you either you just kind of put that temptation away, and then a lot of us, when we reach Goal, we haven't really changed the behavior. We've just been kind of saying, I can't have it, I can't have it, I can't have chocolate, I can't have chocolate. If you're using the words I can't have, then you're suppressing whatever it is. So I can't have pizza. No, you actually can have pizza. By you saying you can't have pizza, you're suppressing the habit to want to eat pizza. So at some point, you will then not be able to say I can't anymore. So what I say is, don't say you can't have it. Say I'm choosing not to have that tonight. That way you have the ability to have it whenever you want it, and you're not suppressing the bad habit. You're limiting how you handle that food, and you're making the adjustment with that food rather than holding it off, and then at some point you go, okay, here, and it comes back a whole pizza at a time. I hope that kind of explains it, Wendy, but that's kind of my thought on that. So, Diane, I can't see your entire comment. Here we go. Crystal's a dental assistant. Woo! So, Christine, that's a good step. So here we go. Christine's asked me, how many steps per day did you average while at Disney? And I know why you're asking that question. And so here's my answer there. While I was at Disney, I was averaging 15 to 17,000 steps a day. A typical day for me is 7 to 8,000. So on average, my Disney trips were maybe an extra 10,000 steps a day. Maybe not even, maybe 7 to 10,000 steps a day extra than a normal day. What a lot of us do, me included, is when we plan on a vacation, we overeat because we think we're going to be working, I'm going to walk all day so I can eat extra. Now, if you do the math and you say, if you're going to walk an extra 10,000 steps while you're at Disney, that 10,000 steps converted to fit points is only 10 fit points. So what a lot of us do is, if we're not paying attention, we go to Disney, or any vacation spot, we don't track or we don't check or we track over and we eat a 70, 80, 90 point day because we think we're working out more, and in reality we've only gained an extra 10,000 steps. So we only got 10 extra points, so we're still overate that day by 50, 60 points. So if you're going to go on a vacation and you're going to make the decision to not track and you're going to accept those consequences when you come back, then that's a whole different scenario. But if you're trying to stay on plan and trying to work it consistently, then be mindful that you're only going to earn about 10 fit points. So if you want to go crazy and stay on plan, you have up to 10 points, and I always say you only need about a quarter of your fitness points. So you get 3 to 5 extra points because you got all those steps in. So that's the answer to that. Okay, so Denise is crying. Why are you crying, Denise? Are you back on the letter? So, got it. So again, we're back to the comments were delayed. I got it. So Mary, good to see you. Thanks for being here for sure. Tonight, like I said, tonight's just a little different for us. We're just kind of hanging out and chatting. And Donna, you're absolutely right. Having it in writing, and I'm not kidding. I am going to frame it. I just, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I keep looking around to think. I got too much stuff on my walls in here. Maybe it'll go right there. It'll go right in that corner. Let's go. It'll go right there. Right there. It'll go on that wall. That's where I'll put it, probably. We'll see. Let's see. Yep. Absolutely a pivotal moment. Crystal, we are the same age, so born in 73, right? Yeah, so, hey, if whoever, I don't care who you are, if you're logging in and you're watching the feed, I'm telling you how to work the plan. I'm telling you how I work the plan. But Mom doesn't get a free pass. So Paula says, how does a daily wear go on vacation without a scale? I now started traveling with my scale, but I didn't use it as much. So my next trip, I'll take it with me again. But I'm a daily weigher, but I also, when I go on vacation, I operate slightly different. So I don't weigh when I'm on a vacation. I come home and then go right back into my routine. So that's how I handle that. Yes, so Sandra, good. Go follow her and tell her I told you to tell her that she's saved my life and she's the best. Yeah, so Mary Kate's so hey, Mary Kate, just real quick, not to bust on you, but 4-point granola bars are not good for you. Granola generally is it's a misnomer that granola is good for us, but if they're only 4 points, that's not bad. But granola, every time I found granola, it wasn't good in a good good point range. Linda, hello, good to see you. Yeah, so Christine, so that's exactly, you don't say, I'm back to suppression. Don't say I can't have anything. Say I choose not to. And when you say I choose not to have pizza tonight, that is so powerful. But it gives you permission to have it if you want it. But if you say I choose not to, that's the mindset that I use to win. So Mom, you took your scale with you? Very good. Good job. Yes, so Alicia validates what I was kind of saying. Suppressing is what caused the one and only binge in 2 months, because when you suppress it, when you finally let it back in, you just go crazy on it. So, learn to control it, but it's hard to describe the suppression versus lifestyle change. And so it's one of those things you just kind of have to figure out. And Christine sums it up. The more negatives you remove from your vocabulary, the better the program works. And so, you absolutely can do this. As Paula's saying that you will be driving, so you can pack your scale and bring it along. I put my scale in my carry-on luggage last time I flew. It actually fit. There's, I have a picture of it. I may have put it on Connect, I think, a while ago. Yeah, so Denise, same thing. Training for a marathon. If you're only, a lot of us think we're training for a marathon so we can go eat, as much as we want. Is you don't get that much more food, even training for a marathon. So, yeah, Donna, this is just like I said, it's just random. I'll just answer whatever you want to chat about. Uh, Crystal's older, 72. Wait, not that Crystal's 72 years old. Crystal was born in 72. So I was born in February of 73. So we may be like right close to each other. It was February is my birth month in 73. Yeah, Christine. So obviously Christine was born before 73. Alicia says, lately I find myself forcing myself to eat the minimum number of smart points a day. What's up with that? I don't know, Alicia, I don't know what that means because that's what you want to do. I'm not sure, Alicia. Hopefully you're still here, Alicia, and let me know what you're talking about because you're saying lately I find myself forcing myself to eat the minimum number of smart points a day. That's what you want to do, I think, if I'm reading your thing correctly. Terry said this is the most fun to have on a Friday night. So, hey, this is, well, hopefully none of us are eating at this point, right? So, I'm trying to read. I'm getting notifications come into my phone. I'm trying to read what those are at the same time. Yeah. So Jana, daily weighing. I do not advocate daily weighing. Let's just be clear on that. It's something I do. I know a lot of people who do it, but you absolutely have to understand that it's just data if you weigh daily. Go, I don't know if you have or not, Jana, but go to fatdag.com, click on, let me see here, click on, here we go, I'll just show you if it'll show up. You click on weight loss, I think. I haven't been to my own website in a while. Yeah, so here we go. Ready? Hang on. So if you go to this website, you go here, right? And then I show you, these are all my stickers from when I weighed in. So this is just for fun, right? So let's go to, I weighed in on 262.8 on March 8th. That was week 1 starting. First week I was down 6.6. Then second week I was down 6, 3.4, 6.2. Weighed in out of town. So those are all my weigh-in stickers for every single week. If you notice, more importantly, what you notice is I didn't skip a single week. I gained that week on June 1st. I think that was after. Yes. Okay. So this is when I drove, literally, no exaggeration, I drove from Atlanta, Georgia to Indiana to make this meeting. Didn't stop at the house first, made it all the way directly to the meeting and weighed in to get a 1.6 pound gain because I had the accountability of I had to weigh in. So I made it at 5:41 that night. The following week, I stayed on plan, 7.2. All right, so but then what I want to show you is, well, I'll go all the way to the end. Sorry. So this is when I made goal on September 20th is when I made goal. So the week I made goal, I lost 4.4 pounds. The week before I made goal, I lost 5.4 pounds. That's what focus, discipline, and determination will do. But what I wanted to show you, the reason we came here, is if you go to fatdag.com, you continue to scroll down, these are all of my daily weight entries every single day. Let's see what I want to show you. So this is just for the month. So right here, if I don't see right here, I'm going to start here and I'm going to go this way. So this is 187, 185, 186, 186, 188, 189, 187, 185. These are daily numbers. 185, 187, 194 in one day. 193, 189, 187, 186, 185, 185, 187, 187, 192. So the whole point of that is if you weigh daily, you have to understand that it really is just data. And so you can't be upset over a 3, 4, 5 pound gain, even overnight, because you know what that is. It's your body reacting to certain things. It's how you're, whether you had too much water, too much salt, whatever. So I do not advocate weighing daily unless you truly can accept the number for just data. So if you get upset, if you see a gain and it defeats you, then you need to follow the trend line, and the trend line's about once a week. So Jana, hopefully that answers your question. So, yeah. So Joanne's saying exactly what we talked about. Your family brought home 2 pizzas and you wanted it, but you said you want to get to goal more. Would you rather have pizza or would you rather make goal? It's an easy question when you put it that much. And when you say, you know what, I like the pizza, it looks good, but I would rather make goal, it's extremely powerful to say it like that. So, all right. So Crystal, from August to February. So August, September, October, December, January, February. 6 months. So you're 6 months older than me. Judy's asking, do I still binge occasionally? I do not binge occasionally. If so, do you still track when you go negative? Yes. Oh, so no. I don't binge per se by I don't know what the definition of binge is. Just about everything I eat, I understand what I'm doing. I'm not uncontrollably eating. Do I overeat is a better question. Yes, I do still overeat on occasion. If I overeat, it's pretty controlled. It's pretty mindful. It's pretty deliberate. And at that point, I personally do not track because I use my scale as my accountability partner for the next 3 or 4 days. So it's a tool that I'm using at Lifetime and Maintenance. While I was losing weight, I absolutely would have tracked every single bite for sure. So hopefully that doesn't put you on the wrong track, but that's the right answer for me. Donna's old. Donna was born in 1954. She's older than all of us, she says. 1960. So, yeah, here now we're going into the birthday stuff. 59. February, Jana. That's it. We're just going to say February. So, Alicia, you're saying you're not hungry, so therefore you're forcing yourself to get to the minimum. So that's fine. But you do want to get to the minimum for sure. And so I have an episode 63, I think, talks about that, where if you're getting a good healthy meal, there were some days I didn't eat all of my points either. It was rare. But if you have, there were days I slept late, so I skipped breakfast. I wasn't going to eat, 2 lunches just because I could. So there were some days I had some points left over. So do you, and if it's working for you, follow it. Got it. Eve, I figured it out now. Thank you. So Katie, you guys just finished your ambiance in dinner. That's it's incredibly sad for your family that you had to have me in your ear as you ate dinner. Yeah, Mom was born in 47. Mom's old too. Yeah, Adriana, that's good input back to Alicia. So yeah, you just got to find your balance that you can work it with. And Paula's saying there's a whole mindset. You have to be okay with it when you weigh daily. If you weigh daily, you will quit the plan quickly because there are days you will eat perfectly on plan and have a 2-pound gain overnight. Happens to me often. I eat a great breakfast, great lunch, and even if I eat dinner late, it shows up differently on the scale. So if you're going to weigh daily, it is absolutely it's 100% mental focus to not let it defeat you. And Eva's a good answer there with avocados and nuts and some good stuff. You can a handful of nuts will take care of some points quickly. Barbara, good evening. Hello. Mary Kate is saying, I've been trying to get myself back on track. I haven't been very successful for more than a couple of days since my dad passed 3 months ago, and I keep forgetting to weigh in on Friday morning. So Mary Kate, for sure. Condolences absolutely for the passing of your father. And so I talk about this more than once in a podcast, where you are now. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to, whatever grieving looks like or feels like for you, that is your priority. Your priority is to get through that painful period of your life. And whatever it takes at that point to get through that painful period of your life, you absolutely need to do. If that means overeating, it means overeating. And so is it ideal? No. But if that's how you grieve, to some extent, then you give yourself permission to grieve, but you also give yourself permission to reset and say, you know what? Okay, this is now my new life. This is a new normal for me, and I can't continue to live like this, so I now need to make the adjustments. But give yourself permission initially to grieve properly, and then once you get past that, then say, okay, now remember all the good times, remember all the fun stuff in your life, and then go make the adjustments. Yeah, so Adriana uses the Happy Scale app. I've never used that app, but trend lines are definitely the key. September of 61 for Teresa. 59, Donna wins. No, my mom's still the oldest. Yep. February of 70. So Katie. So hi, the Katie family, the Rucker family. Man, I'm so sorry for you guys. The other thing that, Katie, you reminded me, I get emails on occasion from people who say, hey, Fat Dag, I went on a road trip. I went on a 6-hour road trip, and I listened to your podcast the entire 6 hours. And I'm like, oh, my dear heaven. I hope there was no kids in that car. I hope whoever was in that car, I hope you were alone if you had me on your car for 6 hours. I can just picture it now. Kids in the backseat. Do we have to listen to this guy? And that's crazy. So Teresa started weighing daily. Very cool. Yeah, mom's old. That's good though, because she's still here, right? Very cool. All right. So that I made it all the way to the bottom, and so typically when I make it very down to the very bottom, we end the show. But I don't mind hanging out for a little bit. I got nothing pressing for this evening. No, I know, Crystal. My mom is awesome, right? Mom and Dad are both working the plan. They're both doing well. Mom got her 5% a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, right, Mom? So got her 5%. Oops. So she is doing fantastic. There she is. Dad will get his 5% soon, right, Dad? So, yeah, I mean, you know how it is. I mean, I absolutely love my parents, right? So very cool. Let's see what else is going on. For those of you who may not have been here earlier, we got so Dad did get his 5%. Very cool. You didn't tell me that yet. The Naperville, Illinois. There's a meetup in Naperville, Illinois, on July 15th. So it's the Chicago area. So if you're in that area on July 15th, you're going to have to listen to this again because I forget who was tagging it, but Jay Price knows, and there is a chance I will make it to that meetup. We'll see. That's right now it's the plan, but July 15th is still, how many days away? 12 days away. So I don't know. Very, very cool. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? Let's see. Here's Katie. Katie always has good stuff. Katie says, I'm currently focused on getting the 5.2 off that I gained while at the beach. It was down 2.4 this morning and hope to have it off by Monday. That's exactly my philosophy too. I was this morning, I forget how much I weighed this morning. I was, I can go check. I was 190.77 today, and on July 5th, so 2 days ago, this is why daily weighing is weird. On July 5th, I was 195.3, and July 7th, I was 190.7. So roughly 5 pounds in 2 days. Again, it's not true. I mean, it's true. That's what I weighed. But that's why you can't get beat up on the number, because the numbers, there's a trend line you follow. So Katie's in that same boat. She got up 5.2, and then 2.4 came off this morning. And by Monday, you will have the 5.2 off, as long as you track, for sure. For sure. Kathy, hello. Good evening to you. Celebrating a lifetime day 1 today. Woohoo! That is cool. Congratulations, Kathy. So let's talk about that for a second. Does it feel as good as you thought it would feel? I bet it does. I know it does. I know it does. There you go. Look at all of you. You guys are awesome. Every one of you. Crystal says, congrats, Kathy. Sandra says, congrats, Kathy. Adriana, congrats, Kathy. Yeah. Paula, good catch. I missed that, Paula. Hope is not a plan, right? I mean, it takes focus and discipline, and hope is not a plan. You can't say I hope it works and then just sit and wait for it to happen. You have to actually deliberately take the steps to go do it. Christine, no, the mass meetup is in August, and I can't make it to that. I have an event here that I need to be at in Indiana, so I won't be able to make it to the Boston trip. Crystal, congrats to your husband. And so that is the fun feeling right there. When you make a goal, but you want to lose more weight, certainly great job. But goal for me is the feeling of I don't want to lose any more weight. So here's what might be interesting, and I don't know him at all. I haven't seen any pictures or anything. But what my leader did to me, Weight Watchers Rocks 1 is who she is. So she said to me, I was at I forget what number I was, but anyway, she said just lose 5 more pounds, and so I did. I lost 5 more pounds, and no change in my physical appearance really. So I lost 5 more, and then I lost 5 more, and then I lost 5 more. And so I lost 5 pounds 25 more times after I was content with my goal weight. So that is when the truest part of my journey happened, was the last 25 pounds. So, and again, I don't know, Crystal, but there may be a chance that he decides to lose 5 more and it turns into 15 or 20 pounds more. And it's just because you work the program. And if he does that and has it to lose, I promise you it'll be the most amazing part of the journey that he will ever experience. Getting to a place where you don't even recognize yourself at all in the mirror and you look good is really kind of fun. So, Linda says, since listening to me, you got more exercise every day and you ate better and you had a loss. Woot woot! That is so cool. So listening to me, it doesn't really, I appreciate that, right? We talk about that all the time. I appreciate the fact that listening to me is what you think did it. Listening to me triggered something in your brain that made yourself do it. So that is, it's all you. It's all you. Good job. Very, very good job. Yeah, the weight totally fluctuates daily. So, Barbara, I get that question a lot, too. So I got to goal, and now I'm over my goal. Do I have to pay at my meeting? So I'm a Weight Watcher leader, so I don't have to pay, first of all. That's the perk of being a leader. Second of all, if I was not a leader, let's just say, because that's probably why you're asking the question. If I was not a leader and I am now over my goal weight, 2 things would happen. I would probably, at this point, I would go see a doc and have him write me a note for this weight, because I'm at about that weight. I probably maybe 3 to 5 pounds or so, but that's the most. I don't want to weigh any less than this at all. I am at that place in my head where I feel really good. I know I look good. My clothes fit good. I don't want to be 170 pounds anymore, which is what I started adding muscle. I have muscle definition up here that I never had. I have muscle definition here I never had. I have abs that I never had. So all of those are visible in a mirror. So I don't want to weigh 10 pounds less than I do right now. So if I did have to pay, then I would just go get a note from the doctor, and I'm confident every doctor on the planet would agree with me that I don't need to lose any weight. And so that's how I would solve that. So you don't have to be in the BMI range if you legitimately are fit enough and you have muscle tone and muscle definition. That, I mean, I have the long sleeve shirt on, but I mean, you can see my veins popping out of my arm because there's no fat in my arms. So I don't want to lose any more weight at all. Again, maybe 3 pounds, maybe 3 to 5 pounds or so. But, yeah, Stephen. So, Stephen, did you catch, how long have you been here, Stephen? Hopefully you caught the beginning. But anyway, so Steve, I committed publicly to an 80% show rate for Naperville. So just so you know. And then I invited the rest of the world. Yeah, so Kathy, I'm glad you did it. It's very, very cool. Dude, that would be fun, right? So, Steven, that's a great idea. So, not tonight, but we'll do a 24-hour live show, and we'll just accept donations all night for the Folds of Honor Foundation, which is our foundation that we raise money for kids for. That's a great idea, Steve. I'm gonna have to plan a time when I can do that. How fun would that be? All right, so start saving your money, and we'll do a live show. And I'll have to plan. I'll have to bring some guests on or something, right? Man, that's a great idea, dude. Very, very cool. Yeah, hope is not a plan. Diane says she lives in Naperville. I live in Naperville. Was driving home. Just got home. Was listening. Went out with friends. So yeah, July 15th, Diane will be in Naperville. Yeah, Kathy wasn't able to get to the gym, so he popped in some Leslie Sansone. I don't know who that is. DVDs, and your granddaughter did them with you. That's very, very fun. Yeah. Yeah, hope is not a plan. So Katie is asking again, or Katie's saying, yeah, I agree with you. As long as you stay on the plan, it doesn't matter if it's Monday, if it's Tuesday, if it's Wednesday. If you stick with it, you're going to be in good shape. Stephen has pizza puffs. Crystal, starting weight 208, goal weight 175, current weight 174.8. How cool is that, right? Julie, I don't know the hashtag for the July meetup, so I don't have Connect on my computer. Let me grab my iPad. Hang on. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, so the July meetup is I'm sure someone probably already answered the July meetup question. Steve, you know, right? If Steve's still here, he knows what's the Steve, there he goes. Good. Steve has the details on the Naperville, Wheaton, Illinois meeting. Very cool. Pajama party? Yep, for the 24-hour meetup. Totally, it would absolutely, Sandra, it would absolutely be for Folds of Honor. That's so you guys probably know I'm the president of the Indiana chapter of the Folds of Honor here. So that's it's an honor to do that, but that takes up a lot of fun time too. So, oh, Chris, okay, gotcha, Crystal. There we go. So Steve has the hashtag. So it's hashtag Wheaton July 15th meetup. Let's see. Let's go find it. Hashtag July. Oop, what is it? Sorry. You gotta spell Wheaton right too. There's WHEATON. Shoot. I wasn't even in Connect. I was looking for a food called Wheaton July 15th meetup. You would think I would know how to use Connect, right? we go. That is it. You can't read it, I know, but that's not the point. But the point is you can find the information for that. So, cool. Yeah, I mean, I've committed to be there about 80%. Good night, Mom. Tell Dad I said hi. Tell Dad, Mom, Dad, love you, and enjoy the rest of your vacation. Water. All right, so what else is going on? This is open mic night at the Improv, right? You like this little thing is kind of cool. This really makes me happy. Having a cool, fancy mic. So, all right, what else? Come on, your show. I think I probably will end the show and then go record episode 0. We talked about that before, right? So, let's see. All right, Adriana, good luck and good focus on your way in tomorrow. Family just got home. Hello? They're quiet. Yeah, Donna, that is absolutely the key. Is you have to know the points ahead of time. That's probably one of the hardest things to do. Is you look them up ahead of time, then you can make the decision to have them or not. But you need to look them up ahead of time. Adriana looks forward to me every Saturday. Great. So, Linda, episode 0 is what I still haven't recorded it. I'm going to record episode 0 as an introduction. Because a lot of people who, when they first find the podcast, they start at episode 1 and they go all the way up to now 80. And episode like 1 through 10, I didn't even know what I was doing. So I want to do an episode 0 so people who find the podcast for the very first time will go and have something to listen to that kind of tells them what the podcast is about. So how to find the app, how to find the website, all that stuff, and kind of give them a synopsis of my overview story and why we're doing the podcast and all that good stuff. So I'll record episode 0. Well, what time is it now? It's now 11 o'clock, so I may record it tonight. That's my plan. And so I'll get that. So you'll get an episode in the morning, but it'll be episode 0, which will be the introduction. So Paula, good night. You're welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me. Very cool. Denise's son saved the dog from a car fire. That's very cool. Very, very cool. Adriana, you're welcome. Katie's saying, random question. I have a friend who is also doing Weight Watchers. Thought it would make family dinner nights easier and more planned, but she refused to do point-friendly things. Then she's not on Weight Watchers? I mean, if you're not making point-friendly foods, then I'm kind of stumped, because they're just not working the plan. So, all right, Crystal and your husband is a race. I got it. Christine, tomorrow will be pretty because you're going. That's how it works. And the other Christine says, interview for a Wednesday on Wednesday for a receptionist. That's awesome. Being a receptionist is very cool and very, very hard work. And the restaurants have app points. Yep, Carl. Look at that. Linda says, 3 years ago today, walked into a Weight Watchers meeting, and here she is at Lifetime, 130 pounds down. Is that not incredible? So, Linda, totally different life, right? I mean, absolutely, it feels completely different. It has to. Congratulations. And 3 years, what's one of the statistics, I can't say that word. One of the statistics is that, if you can maintain it for more than 12 months, then you can maintain it obviously for life at that point, but most people gain it back within the first year. So Wendy, good job tomorrow. Good focus for you. Alicia, mental health is 100% of this issue. I wish people, most people don't want to even talk about it at all. Most people don't want to talk about their story because they're afraid to put it out there. And I'm, if you, I don't know if you've read my very first post on Connect, but it's hashtag Dag's first post, I think. Let me just check. But that first post, yeah. So hashtag Dag's first post, and then there's 3 posts to that. Go down to the very, very bottom, and there it is. So think about this, right? This is the very first post I put on Connect. Let's see, what date does it say? It's 69 weeks ago is when it was posted. It doesn't tell you what the date. But the point of that is, most people don't talk about the mental health issue because they don't, this stuff is not easy. This is stuff that we don't talk about in the real world. And that's part of the reason we have the issue we have, is that none of us talk about it. So that first time I put that on Connect, I had no idea what kind of reaction I could have got. I could have very easily gotten a negative reaction that sent me off a whole different direction. So the loving community in Connect didn't give me that. So that was amazing. And I got the support I needed. So you're right. People just need to trust that putting whatever out there needs to be put out there will be received well, and it turns into a game changer at that point. Eva is having vegetable kebabs for dinner. Very yummy. 0 points, I presume. Yep. All right, so I am going to answer Katie's question. Katie, I don't know how again, it's got to be her decision. You can't, the best you can do is just model the good behavior and then show her that what you're doing is working, and then how much you enjoy. Say things like, man, I'm down 20 pounds and what a difference that made. How I feel so much better, just 10 pounds feels so much better. The more you repeat that type of stuff, you're fine. The more my wife's coming downstairs. The more you repeat that type of stuff, the more people go, okay, I actually want to try this and get it done. Janet, I finally got a grip on my sugar addiction by just not having it and stop buying it. If it's not in my house, I can't eat it, and so I just quit buying it. Was what I did. Yeah. So Christine, that's exactly my answer there. That's awesome. So good job, Linda. Congratulations again. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Don. I'm going to do the same. I have to work tomorrow too, so crazy. It's a long weekend of work, unfortunately. So, and then Katie, yeah, exactly. Passed on uber high point dessert last time, and it does. When you make the decision mindfully to do or not do, it's very, very powerful. So great job. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up here. So it's 11 o'clock almost Eastern time. I will put this out on YouTube. I'll save the video out there. It'll be out there. So those who can you can replay it, you can share it, whatever you need to do. But thank you for hanging out with me on a Friday night. I don't know how long we were here. I guess when I'll end it, it'll tell me. But it was fun. Maybe this will be the Friday night thing. On Friday night crew, we'll kind of hang out. It's funny, Julie just made it, and I'm logging off. So sorry. And Denise, same thing. You guys just popped in, and we're ending the show live. So you're gonna have to catch the replay. But thank you for being here. As I always say, this takes absolute focus and discipline, and you have to stay dedicated to what you want to do. You can hit your goals, and so set your sights on those goals and go after it. and I wish you good focus. Good night.